Good morning everyone, I am MGG Monsales and I'm here to discuss about climate change. Our planet is sending us a clear message, and it's not a pleasant one. Despite a La Nina event which usually bring us a bit of cool down, January 2025 shattered a global temperature records. This isn't just some abstract number. It's a clear reminder that the climate crisis is real. It's happening now, and it's affecting every corner of the globe. We'll be exploring this alarming situation, looking at the data, the impacts, and what it all means for our future. Let's dive in and understand what's happening to our shared home. The world just had its warmest January on record, according to leading international datasets from the Copernicus Climate Change Service and U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The record hit occurred despite the emergence of La Nina event, which normally has a temporary cooling effect. It was warmer than January 2024, when there was a warming El Nino event. January 2025 was 1.75 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level, according to the Copernicus Climate Change Service (C3S), implemented by the European Centre for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts. It said that it was the 18th month in the last 19 months for which the global average surface air temperature was more than 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level. Datasets other than ERAS may not confirm this because of relatively small temperature margins involved. Despite the slight differences in the datasets, all shows that there has been an extended streak record of breaking temperatures. 2024 was the warmest year on record, likely temporarily hitting 1.5 degrees Celsius for the first time. According to WMO's consolidated global analysis of 6 international datasets, a single year above 1.5 degrees Celsius does not mean that we have failed to meet the Paris Agreement long-term temperature goals, which are measured over decades rather than an individual year. However, it is essential to recognize that every fraction of a degree of warming matters. The last 10 years have been the 10 warmest on record. Temperature variation are not uniform. January 2025 temperatures were above average over much of the globe, but much below average over the United States, Greenland, and far eastern Russia. Arctic sea ice extent in January was the joint lowest on record, according to C35, and the last second lowest according to NOAA. The new January global record is particularly notable for having occurred during La Nina episode. According to NOAA's Climate Prediction Center, La Nina conditions emerged in December 2024 and are expected to persist through February to April 2025. WMO will issue its next El Niño La Nina update by the start of March. Sea surface temperatures were above average over most areas, while much of the central and eastern tropical Pacific was below average, consistent with La Nina, as were parts of Southeast Pacific, western North Atlantic, and northwestern Indian Ocean. Global sea surface temperatures were the second highest on record for the month after January 2024. Precipitation. Areas of drier than average conditions covered much of the contiguous U5 stretching south into Mexico and parts of Central America. Other areas with below average precipitation included southeastern Europe through southwest and Central Asia, as well as the part of Southeast Asia and the Russia Far East, and much of Australia. In contrast, Areas of weather than average January conditions stretch from parts of Western Europe to Northeastern Europe through northwest and central areas of Asia into eastern China and southeastern areas of Russia. Several heavy rainfall events affected southern Brazil in January, leading to flooding, landslides, and widespread damage. In central Java, Indonesia, torrential rain caused rivers to overflow with flooding and landslides, leading to reports of more than a dozen fatalities. Five named storms occur across the globe in January, which was below the average of seven. Three named storms formed in the southwestern Indian Ocean, the most impactful being intense tropical cyclone Dikilidi, which made landfall on Madagascar and Mozambique, bringing high winds and heavy rains to the affected regions.